Hello, and welcome to the YouTube Huddle Up, where things are exactly the same as they always are, and nothing is different at all. Except that you might have figured out that I am not Heather. If you didn't figure that out, then I don't know what to say. Here, I'm gonna put this on. I got this too. Here we go. Here we go. Hello, and welcome. Things are, yes, everything's exactly the same. Okay, wait, oh, sorry. I'm going to get my photo taken real quick. There we go. Oh, I could not wear that the whole time. Yeah, so I'm Tom. I am not Heather, believe it or not. Heather is feeling a little bit under the weather today, and kind of at the last minute, she really, really wanted to push through, and I told her if the tables were turned, she would not let me do a stream feeling as crummy as she was feeling, and so she finally relented. And I said I would help out with the stream. So it's kind of like when Joan Rivers used to host the Tonight Show. I'm Joan Rivers and she's Johnny Carson. But Heather is around virtually to take care of the scoreboard. So I think I've watched this stream enough to kind of get the gist of how it works and to go through. So you can still leave your wins and goals in the chat, and Heather will put them in the scoreboard and keep everything up to date. So you still get your stickers, you still get your streaks, all that kind of stuff. And then we have selected up here, you can kind of see a little fall leaf, because believe it or not, we're in October and it's fall for y'all. So that's kind of where we're at today. In terms of conversation and stuff, I love going, I'm always usually in the chat anyway. So it's fun to just, now I don't have to type stuff out. I can just talk stuff out. So we can still talk anything to do with YouTube and all that. And that should be pretty fun, I think. I'm looking over here because Heather's over there. So, yeah, if you see me in the chat, it's not me, it's Heather. So there we go. Mommy Guide's here. See you next week. Yes, Heather should be back next week, but she has a win. Win for the week is 2 live streams, 10 shorts, 1 uploaded video. Goals for next week, 3 live streams on my channel, a 12-hour live stream marathon with other card makers for World Card Making Day. Wow, that's crazy. Gil's here. What's up, Gil? Yeah, Gil and I were talking a little bit earlier because figured out some stuff with my mic arm, thanks to him. Tech Troublemaker has a huge win, which is that house is not damaged by Hurricane Helena. Power was out till 7 p.m. on Sunday and threw out a lot of food. God, that sucks. Bought groceries on Monday, slept a full night Tuesday, went live multiple times. I'm really, really glad. I guess in that case, like, right, throwing out food and being without power is a lot better than things could have been. So I'm glad that you're good and things are back on track. That is super scary for everyone in that whole area over there. Let's see. Mommy Guide says, hi, Heather. I don't think I'll be able to join live today because I'll be unable to wake up at 4 a.m., turning in at 2:30 a.m. today. But I would love to say hi to you and the fam. Well, you are. Hi. There we go. Rusted KC Moto uploaded 2 shorts is a win. The goal, finishing editing the long form video. So there we go. Gosh, Mommy Guide, she's just like, it's a good thing she's going to go to sleep because otherwise she would just outperform everybody. She's going to additional goals of at least 7 shorts, 1 uploaded video, and 4 edited videos for a masterclass. That is, I guess that's the thing. We just heard this the other day. If you want something done, give it to a busy person. I'd say I don't know if I have time to do all that, but you're busy, so there you go. Tech Troublemaker has a goal to finally record a VOD this weekend and to rest. I might flip those and put rest first and VOD second. Rio Pel Room is here. Hello, hello. Be your own nerd. Happy Huddle Up Day to all the awesome Huddle Uppers. Dave Den Web Dev says hello, everybody. I look cute with hat and glasses. I'm telling me that I look cute with hat and glasses, apparently. People are saying Heather looks a little different, maybe needs a little more sleep. But Be Your Own Nerd does have a win. Released a video 2 minutes ago, so right before the stream started, and is roughly 75% done with studio rearrangement. Goal is to finish the studio redesign and record 2 videos. There we go. Gil says he hopes you get well soon. I think it's more of just like a crummy day, fortunately, knock on wood, and not like anything crazier than that. Okay, Be Your Own Nerd. Yeah, the thing is, I told Heather I would love to fill in and do this, but I was like, I'm not touching the scoreboard because if you have seen, I've sat here and watched her do this on this side of the screen. If you've seen on the other side of the screen, it's like, hey, be a composer of the symphony, but you can't read music. Like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. So she's still here taking care of it, which is great because everybody's stuff gets up to date and we still get to talk YouTube and do all that fun stuff. Gil has a win. He put out 2 reels and 2 TikToks. That's a real win. And everybody's also wishing that you get better, feel better. Rio Pel Room has a win, posting 2 shorts. Nice. And Gil's goal is to finish a video on the Elgato Wavearm Pro. Yes. Do you have it? Because this is, Gil and I talked about this and I posted this on my Instagram earlier. The Wavearm Pro, it's like this, except this part is a pneumatic arm, so it's like a little bit stronger. And I made a video on it. It's scheduled out for tomorrow. And in my video, I was trying to see how strong it was, and I found out it could hold a camera or the Elgato prompter, but not a camera and the prompter. And I was like, it's a little bit of a bummer. And then this morning, it has like a Allen key adjustment for the pneumatic part. I just took an Allen key and really I thought I was going to break it and just went too hard. And suddenly the thing got I'm not even kidding, 10 times as strong. And it can hold tripod head, camera, prompter, and it still fights back even, which is crazy. So I had to actually film a little addendum and splice it into my video for tomorrow, which I'm really, really happy I discovered that because the Wavearm Pro is a lot more expensive than the regular one. It's like $80 more expensive. And now I'm like, oh, okay, I understand why someone might want to do that. Curious what you think, Gil, because Gil's someone who uses mic arms a lot for things that aren't just mics, which is cool. Introvert Amateur went crazy and uploaded 4 long-form videos and somehow was able to get in a total of over 12,000 views. That's nuts. I know Heather always emphasizes smart goals. You can't control things like views and whatnot, but when you work really hard and it seems like something is catching on and people are liking it, that's cool. So I'm really glad we get to celebrate that. Dave Den's goal is to record a new video. That sounds fun. If Volpe Punk is here, we got your sticker. Yeah, it's it. Oh, Heather was going to open your sticker on the stream, but we'll save that for next week. She was also going to go over her channel a little bit, so I'll give you a little tease, maybe. Let's see, go back to the scoreboard. See, Heather's studio is so easy. This is not, my streams are not this easy. But Heather did redo some branding on her gaming channel, new banner, new profile picture, and if you go into the About section, all new About section, which she also carried over to Threads and stuff like that, which is very cool if you kind of want to check some of that out. So I know that was a big win for her. And I'm sure it's something she'll talk about next week, because you can also then, like the discussion of, it's not just changing a banner, but how do you put branding together and all that kind of stuff is very, very important. Let's see. Introvert Amateur said they were somehow writing a trend on camera releases still works. You know what? If it works, right? And the goal for Introvert Amateur is to upload 2 videos. Like it. Volpipunk has a win, multiple wins actually. Editing 3 shorts. Goal, continue editing 1 long form video. Andre's here. What's up? Threw off for a bit. Sorry. You're like, wow, Heather looks somehow different today. Andre says he has no wins, although I bet if you dug deep enough, you could find one. But the goal is to make a new video. Oh wow. Elgato sent the arm to you. Isn't that kind of a milestone, a bit of a win there? Be Your Own Nerd says, Tom, are you still using and liking the Rodecaster video? I love it, and I like it more every time I use it. It's super cool. But I feel a little bit bad. I'm the first person that gets to use this. My audio in Heather's studio is running through what used to be in this box. Well, it's empty. You can see this is an empty box now. But just yesterday delivered was the Rodecaster Duo in white, which is absolutely gorgeous. And so my audio is running through here, as will Heather's audio and our couples table audio. So Heather not only has a Rodecaster in her studio, but it's her caster in her studio. And the white ones, I haven't seen the white ones in person. Like, I haven't seen any of the white Rode gear in person. It's gorgeous. Like, I'm a little jealous. There we go. Yes, I love the Rodecaster video. Andre says he's on his phone. Oh, he's in Hi to Dave Den, but on phone can't tag names. Yeah, that's really frustrating. Regarding the mic arm, gas or spring-loaded, the Wave Arm Pro is gas, and it's what more could you gas for? It's pretty cool. All right. Azure Knight Gaming TCG says, win. I got my video edited and uploaded. Yes. That's a good feeling when the video is done. VR Nerd, the Rodecaster is like out. It's just out of frame, and I don't want to redo any cabling, but I swear it's right here. If I can, like, not bump the mic arm too much, I swear. See, there, you can see the end of it. I promise it exists. It's a real thing. And it's beautiful. And let me tell you, with her studio vibes and the lights are off and just the Rodecaster lights are going, it's like, it is a vibe. Plus what's really nice is the MV7. I just turned on the SM7B preset, and I think that makes this mic sound amazing. And I'm really excited too, because when we do the couples table and I bring in my mics, I've never been able to do any processing on my mic when I bring it in for a couples table, because we always just have like a simple interface or something. Now I can bring in. Oh, shoot. Hi, it's me. Not a robot anymore. I did push robot voice. Well, you know what? There we go. That's proof that there's a Rodecaster in here. I'm talking about how good the mic sounds and it's a robot voice. It's your fault, Be Your Own Nerd, if I wouldn't have shown off the Rodecaster. I'm just kidding. Dave Den says, happy that my channel will finally be getting monetized by next week. That's a big one. That is a huge one. I know Heather's gaming channel just got remonetized this week. That's really, really cool. Azure Knight's goal is to film the next video, hopefully get it edited and scheduled. That's a very healthy goal, smart goal. Be Our Nerd, I noticed Heather's frame rate is better this week. Last week was dropping frames. We switched back to the cam link. So we switched back to the cam link, and then there's always the thing of like, do you go through... Heather has a very nice hub that was also very expensive, but sometimes it seems like just skipping the hub and going straight into the computer. So cam link, straight to computer, seems to be looking super smooth. But prior to that, we had the cam link going straight to the computer, and it wasn't smooth, and nothing else changed. So whatever rain dance we did was the good one. Oh, I should introduce myself for anyone new, Heather says. My name is Tom. I'm Heather's husband, and I'm filling in for her today, and I am a YouTube creator as well, with a channel all about audio, video production, gear, tech reviews, tutorials, all that kind of thing. So normally I'm in the room over there during the huddle up in the chat is where I'm at usually. Have you tried the Fafine low profile arm? Works pretty well. Yeah, I did a review on it. And it does work pretty well. Although out of the bunch that I reviewed, it was actually my least favorite. But it's decent. Fafine stuff is more than Fafine for me. It's pretty good. Let's see here. Persant is here. Looks like you're rocking the purple shirt to fill in further. I was actually already wearing this, so it was fate. Call me Covey. Says no win, but a goal is to keep working on the next vlog. Again, I would challenge anyone. If you show up and you say, I don't have a win this week, I bet if you scratch and sniff a little harder, you would find a win of some kind. Doesn't have to be a giant win. Now here's the robot voice situation. We'll just skip over that. Andre says, okay, Tom, here's a small win. I wrote a list of 10 video ideas and contemplating doing one every day for the rest of October as part of Evan Monsma's Do a Small Project Every Day of October challenge. That could be a really great idea. Small project, like small incremental little things every day after 10 days or a month or whatever, they really, really, really add up. I can't hear the robot thing because there's no like monitor going, so.
When I turned it on, I just wasn't aware that it was turned on until over and saw that it was turned on over here.
And I'll turn it back off. What? Okay, DoorDash Revolution. Heather says, I don't think I've gotten to you yet. Heather says, welcome. She's super glad you're here. I'm not normally the one who's here, but she has added you to the scoreboard. And if I go over to the scoreboard, we should see you get a sticker just for being here. There you are down here. You get a sticker just for being here because it's your first time. And then every week, let us know your wins. Let us know your goals for that week. And you can keep getting stickers. The stickers are fun ways to be accountable. And then at the end of every 12-week chunk, there is some fun, drawings and little, prize things, I guess, for the stickers. But that's obviously not the point of doing it. The point is to just keep track of making stuff, being accountable. It's nice to have all the accountability buddies to help you do that. Here's the robot voice. DoorDash, and here's your goal, which Heather put in. Clean up my channel. First, changing my thumbnail strategy and design. Second, with customizing playlists. That's a great one. I think playlists are often underutilized and underrated. And third is organizing the structure of the channel, giving it a facelift. That's what Heather could probably talk more next week about that, like branding and rebranding and all that kind of stuff. Sammy says, is this Tom's new show? Just for today. I'm Joan Rivers to Johnny Carson. Okay, Be Your Own Nerd says, I want to hear Tom's 60-second elevator pitch for the Huddle Up when someone joins today. This is the YouTube Huddle Up. My name is Tom. I'm Heather's husband. Heather is the normal host of the Huddle Up, but I'm filling in for her today. Basically, what this is, it's a group of YouTube creators who want to positively encourage each other to keep creating, keep getting better, but doing so using SMART goals. SMART goals are specific, measurable, actionable, relevant, and time-based. So that basically means the good old example that Heather uses all the time is if you want to put a goal in the chat, you could say something like, I want to make a video, I want to make 2 shorts, something that you have total control over, but not something like I want to get 1,000 subscribers or make $1 million, things you do not have control over. And every single week we check in, we share our wins and goals, including me usually in the chat. And then we also just talk YouTube. So if you got questions, if you want to kind of get into the nuts and bolts, that's what we're here for every week at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time right here on this channel. Was that good? Did I do okay? Sammy's here. Win. I post a video on Instagram and TikTok this week. Nice. Tom, are you missing B&H? Oh my gosh. What's your favorite area of the store? Yes. I'm glad that I got to spend a decent chunk of time there. I haven't had time to just browse B&H for a while. My favorite area, they're all kind of my favorite because I think of if you go upstairs, that's where all the cameras are and the lenses and stuff. And that obviously stands out as being like a favorite. But if you go downstairs, you have bigger cameras. You have a broadcasting studio. You have audio stuff. You have musical instruments. So it's like wherever I'm at is my favorite part. When we went in July, we actually didn't get to spend much time browsing the store or anything. But we did get a tour of the B&H warehouse, which we've talked about a couple of times. And that was awesome. We got to see everything, how the whole warehouse operation for the store works. They have a separate warehouse for most of the online orders and stuff. But the in-store warehouse, which is basically the whole, it's a giant store. It's like, I wouldn't call it a city block, but it's a big store. So the basement under it is the whole warehouse, and then you have 2 stories of the store above it, which is very, very cool. Andre says, be your own nerd. Yeah, we need the elevator. Oh, yeah, we did that. And Sammy's goal is to post a video this week to YouTube Shorts. Awesome. DoorDash says, will do, and thank you. Andre says he's done 1 project and filmed already, a cardboard case for ceiling mounting a GoPro Hero 3 Plus with magnets. Video coming soon. That sounds awesome. I really like the DIY solutions to things like that, and I bet that's going to be really fun. He said I sort of nailed the pitch, too. But that should be my win for the week. But Be Your Own Nerd said I got an A+. I wasn't trying to just recite what Heather says. I was trying to give my own version, is my answer there. Sammy says B&H is fun. Sammy lives much closer to B&H and can actually go there regularly, which is cool. Thanks, Volby Punk, for saying great. Kyle's here. Hi, Kyle. You have package in the mail. And Sammy says he likes the cameras on the first floor. Yeah, if you walk in B&H, the first thing you see, like right on the right-hand side, is a huge thing with just like, I don't know, 75 cameras. They're just all there. They're all on with different monitors. So you can walk up to a camera, like push a button, see its feed there, play with it, mess with it. You can and it's everything from like, I don't know, something like the ZVE10 all the way up to incredibly expensive cinema cameras and stuff. So it's awesome. And so I think I'm fairly caught up with comments at this point. So if you're just joining us, don't forget to add your wins and goals to the chat. And even though I do not have the scoreboard skills that Heather has, they're still getting added because even when she's not feeling well, she's still knocking it out of the park and adding things to the chat. So feel free to do that. Also, though, we can just talk YouTube stuff. So if there's anything, even if you got questions for Heather, she can give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down or something from over there. So if there's anything YouTube related that you want to talk about or figure out or you need help with, that's what we're all here for. We can kind of do the whole brain trust here. Kyle says, Tom, how are you liking the Apple Watch Ultra? It's ultra cool. I did get a new watch, well, I guess like a little over a week ago when these came out. I've only ever had like the same Apple Watch, which is just like, it's always a stainless steel one, and I like it. My last one though, like I kind of always resented a little bit because I didn't want to upgrade, but my battery in my Series 4 like died, and so I had to upgrade, and it was like I just spent a whole bunch of money for a watch that feels the same. And a couple things about it never worked quite right. It was weird, like kind of just bad vibes. And so I was like, I want to try something different. I got the big chunky Ultra. It's so nice. Like I love it a lot. It feels like having a brand new thing. Here's Heather just sharing her win and goal. Heather's win is that she updated her gaming channel banner and bio and updated her link tree. Oh, I should show your link tree. Let's see here. I'm going to try to figure this out. I'm going to go to your threads actually. And go to your prof on the threads. So here's something too that Heather did in her threads. She like changed her bio here, but also pinned a thing, which I guess is a thing you do on threads. And I did not know that. But she pinned like essentially a bio and an about and all that kind of stuff, which is very cool. I don't have this on my threads, but it's like, since it doesn't let you have a bigger bio thing, this is a nice way to do that. And I think Heather did a great job being very concise. Heather told me to take off the comment because it wasn't leaving the screen. Okay. Because that was from last week. Maybe he still was thanking you, though. So there's that. But if we go up here, we can also go to Heather's link tree, which I didn't know Linktree got all fancy like this, where you can change everything. So it even has a little banner, and she's got the specific links that she wants to share. If you don't have a link tree or you haven't used it, it's free, and there are a few different ways you could do something like this. Like there's different ways you can do this, but it's like a link aggregator. So if you have something like Threads or an Instagram or whatever, anything where you want to be able to easily share a bunch of links through one link, that's what a link tree is. People go here, and then you can choose what you want to add. And there's kind of no limit. I think mine has like 8 on it or something. You can, link to whatever you want. And it's kind of a cool thing if you don't want to have to decide like, this is the only one thing I want to focus on to share. Let's see here. Percent asks, is Heather resting in her reading nook? Yes, she is. And she's smiling with a very big smile. There's some fingers. They barely made it in the frame there. DoorDash Revolution jumping in. This week's goal, 3 live stream ride-along challenges. That sounds fun. 1 long-form video and 3 thumbnail designs. Those are smart goals for sure. I hope you have a lot of fun with those. K-Wall Comedy, a.k.a. Kathy, is here. It says, feel better soon, Heather. I cannot do lights. Oh, yeah. With head pains. Kyle has a win and a goal. Kyle's win is he uploaded a video, and the goal is to upload a video and a short. Nice. Consistent. Just keeping the train going. Gil said the B&H video was crazy emotional, and Bjorn loved it. Yeah, that was really fun. When we went to B&H actually, I'll show you this because we can. Because I'm in charge. We'll do whatever we want. Let's see here. This little website called YouTube/me. There we go. When we went to B&H in July, or went to New York in July, I filmed a whole bunch of stuff. I brought my A7 IV, and I never did anything with the footage, and I felt really bad about that. I felt guilty the whole time. And when I went for this trip, it was another super duper short trip. So I was kind of unsure, and I also knew the schedule was crazy packed. So I wanted to pack light. I knew I would bring cameras and lenses that I wouldn't use. So I actually only brought my phone and my DJI Mic 2. I brought my GoPro 2, but I didn't really end up using it much. So just pretty much my phone and the DJI Mic 2. And then I filmed a whole bunch of stuff. I tried to do little vloggy things. We'll turn that off. There we go. And I was like, this is the front camera on the phone. But let's see here. I was able to fold in footage from the July event, which is really cool. So this was in July. I'm letting this play a little bit because I was also able to include, this is a shot that Sammy actually filmed. So we went in July. We actually got to meet Sammy, which is very cool. And he had his FX30 all rigged out and was filming some stuff. So it was kind of cool to have some footage there. And, we had filmed stuff here's Heather and I in New York in July talking about the B&H recap event. But then I got to go this time for this road event, this road panel for the Roadcaster video. And so I just took my phone and was filming. And I got to tell you, I was so impressed. I have the iPhone 14, so there's 2 generations old at this point. Oh, my God. This isn't the iPhone 14. This is old footage from before. But let me find iPhone 14 stuff. The Times Square footage really stood out. So this was all iPhone 14. And I just thought, especially when you do 0.5, so I had the 0.5 camera, just pointed at me, hoping for the best. It really looks good. It's crazy how usable, I don't know. I just felt wow, I can do anything. And nobody cares if you're holding your phone. It doesn't look weird or anything. And I just had the little DJI Mic 2, which I feel bad because here I'm wearing a road jacket and the DJI mic is pinned to it. But the reason I took that one was because the receiver can easily just clip into the phone. And so I just had the mic receiver, the wireless mic, done. And even in Times Square, you could hear everything. So long story long, what I really liked about that was it was fun to do a vlog style recap. It was really cool I'm really glad that I didn't try to force making anything with the footage we shot in July, because I really was feeling guilty and really felt like I should. And Sammy had sent footage and I was I haven't even done anything with this. And I felt really guilty, I should do something with it. And I'm so glad I didn't, because when I filmed stuff for this trip, it naturally lent itself to including the old footage. And then I was able to make a video that I had a ton of fun with and I'm really proud of. And a funny thing with that video, I have a second channel, which is just a vlog channel, not a vlog channel, but it's a whatever personal channel, I'll put anything there. That's where I thought this video was going to go. And so that's why it's I'm cool filming with my phone. It's fine. I'm cool if the audio is not perfect. It's fine. And even editing it together, adding in some parts and kind of going maybe a little more personal than I would on my main channel usually. But as I was watching it, I was gosh, I really like this video. It's really fun. And I kind of ended up working harder on it than I expected. And I was sort of thinking, it's about B&H. It's about cameras. It's about the Roadcaster video. Should it go on the second channel or should it go on the main channel? And so I asked Heather, and she was even before she saw the video, she was main channel. And so I ended up putting it there. basically because I know the difference in audience and viewership on my second channel versus my main channel. I was like, it'd be kind of sad to put this on the second channel where like it'll likely not really get seen. If I put it on the main channel, I don't know if people will like it, but there's a bigger audience there. And so people will see it. And it ended up being like one of my most popular videos in a long time, which is very cool because especially with a new product like the Rodecaster video coming out, which is something that I was making am making a lot of videos about, and going to like, it's easy to feel like it's easy to watch those and forget that there's a person behind every YouTube channel making stuff. And so this was kind of a cool reminder of like, even if you watch like a Rodecaster release or a launch or whatever, you can then watch this video and kind of see like, oh, wow, those are really like, those are cool experiences for somebody. And I don't know, it ended up being kind of a really cool learning and growing experience for me as well. So definitely a win for the week. So anyway, thank you for the kind words on that. I really appreciate that. Okay, there's 2 questions. Heather says it's nice having an assistant here. I'm almost caught up, so I'm actually gonna. Well, I'm just gonna catch up on the things here. Andre says the total confusion of Tom on screen as Heather and Heather on the keyboard commenting is Tom. That's funny. Kathy's goal is 1 live and 3 shorts. And Sammy says, helps you feel better. Oh, I see. 1 is from you. I thought it was for you. From you. Okay, we'll do Kyle's first. Kyle says, how do you gauge the success of your videos beyond view counts and subscriber numbers? That's a great question. I think Heather and I both are proud of every video we make. So even when a video does not do well, like does not get a lot of views, we know that we like really put a lot into it and there's a purpose behind it and there's a reason for making it. So that applies to all of them. Which is a good gauge when you're making the video. Like, am I making the right video? Do I feel proud of the video that I'm making? But sometimes that will still be, by YouTube standards, it can be a dud and nobody's watching it. So something I look at is, which is a bummer, that is frustrating, but sometimes there'll be videos that it feels like nobody's watching or commenting on or whatever, but the comments you're getting are really, really good. And so, in some cases, it's like you could end up getting 10 comments from people saying like, great video, first, cool. Or you could get, two comments from people who are like, like paragraphs, like digging into the topic of the video and adding their own perspective or share and that is pretty cool. And there have been times, I know for both of us, Heather and I, where we publish videos, YouTube tells you like it's a 10 out of 10, which on YouTube is not a good thing. And it feels like a dud. The numbers aren't where you would want them to be. But if you look at the comments coming through, it's like, okay, not a lot of people are watching this, but the people that are really getting something out of it and really appreciating it. And that, to me, is a good metric of success for a video. Because it's the thing, too, like you could, you go to the YouTube Shorts tab and see some weird stuff that has like 100 million views. And it's like, that's cool, but I don't know. Maybe I would rather have the deeper connection rather than the broader connection, I suppose. David's here. What's up, David? If you got a win, I'm here. I'm not Heather, but if you got a win and a goal, feel free to keep dropping them in the chat. Andre says, for those using WordPress, Elementor has a separate feature for creating a link tree on your own website now. Awesome. I think Squarespace does too. But yeah, Linktree was like, they have the benefit of sort of being the first, but I think everybody else is starting to try to do that thing themselves. David says his goal is 4 live streams and 7 shorts. Wow, that's a lot. Be Our Nerd, if you hit your head, lost your memory, and had no guidance from Heather, okay, and had to start your YouTube journey over from scratch, that's a great question. What would your first 5 steps be? Ooh. Okay. Let's see. Well, I'll try to do 5, but this is off the top of my head, so forgive me if it doesn't make sense. First 5 steps, I think the first thing would be figuring out what I was trying to do. Not over-analyzing it. Sometimes people, they never get started on their YouTube channels because they spend so much time, trying to figure out, it's like they're trying to craft a TV series or something, like the whole story arc and all this stuff. I don't want to do that, but I would want to figure out, what are some general things I think I would want to start with? the general purpose, the general topic. I would want to give myself the freedom to explore different things. Like if I couldn't decide on a niche or something, like let's try a few different things and see what sticks. But I would want to have an idea, like, is this to entertain? Is this to educate? Is this whatever? What is the general purpose? Kind of start there. And then for me, I would probably look at what I had in terms of equipment. Like, what can I do? Which, like, I'm lucky now I have more equipment than I would ever want. But if I didn't, and like where I didn't when I started my YouTube channel, it's kind of like, okay, here's some ideas. Here are the resources I have and the skill set that I have. What could I kind of do here? Then I would probably, my third step would be to outline a couple of video ideas very broadly, like 5 ideas, 10 ideas, and then just try to make those as best I can and give myself time to let it evolve, because sometimes the things I think, this would be the best thing to make a channel about, maybe I'll get burnt out on after 4 videos, and the thing I'm most excited about, or thing I don't even know I'm going to be most excited about is something that would pop up after like 4 videos or whatever. I saw a hand raised over here. Yes, Ms. Ramirez. Oh, okay. So I think that's kind of where I would go, which a lot of it is like trying to have some sort of plan, but knowing the plan's going to evolve and change and adapting it over time and having the freedom to do that. It's different. Like when you've been doing it for a lot of years in your channel, if you have a channel with an established audience and stuff, you know, you probably do have sort of a niche. Your audience probably does have an expectation. Like for me, myself, if I suddenly wanted to make a baking video or something, I wouldn't put that on my channel. Not that there aren't people who watch my channel who wouldn't enjoy that video, but it'd be way too far out of left field. You know, it's why I don't put hockey-related videos on my channel. I play hockey, put those on my second channel. But if I wanted to make a video about how to do mic'd up hockey videos, then I can fold that interest into my main channel. So that's kind of, you know, you can sort of find ways to fold your other interests in. But early on, when you're just starting your channel, it's very important, I think, to give yourself the freedom to try different things and to not also feel like, well, I said this is what the channel is, but now I've done it for 3 months and I hate it, or it doesn't seem to be working, but it's what I said it is. So I'm just going to keep pounding my head against the wall and choke the idea to life, versus like, well, we'll try something else. Like give yourself that freedom to do that. George is here. What's up? Hello, Hetam. I like that. Dave Den says, I get some Facebook comments months after I release my video. Yes. I suppose this could happen on Facebook too, but that's the thing on YouTube also. It's like you put out a video. I got a comment this morning, a very in-depth one that I need to reply to on one of my like first videos, maybe like my 20th video on the channel, which was 2 or 3 months into it. And someone's asking questions about it today. That is very cool and very unique, and to me, very special. Like, I don't look at that and be like, oh, that video's from 2017. I'm going to ignore it. Like, no, I want to dive in 2024 and try to answer the question, even though I think everything in the video is like super out of date. It's about 3D printing. None of it's relevant anymore. Gil says, how do you handle not worrying about the idea that someone might think you're copying their video? That's a good question. I have never had that thought, I don't think. I mean, I've had versions of that thought, because I know, like, I discovered Podcastage's YouTube channel. So if you watch my channel, it's a lot of like audio video production, probably leans a little more towards audio than video. So a lot of mic reviews, interfaces and things. And I was doing that for a while. And then I discovered the Podcastage YouTube channel, which I was like, oh, look, he's like he has like kind of like a dry wit, semi-sarcastic, does mic reviews, does goofy things with them. Like I was like, oh, he plays guitar. Like I was like, there's a lot of overlap, and I was like, I'm really glad that I didn't discover this channel earlier, because there's already similarities, and we didn't even know each other at the time. Now, fortunately, we're internet friends, which is awesome. But I think it's like, I think I don't worry about someone thinking I'm copying, because I know I'm not copying anybody else. It can be influenced by someone else. Like Gil, I've taken stuff from your videos and incorporated into mine. Like being influenced is one thing, but direct copying is another. I don't do that, so I'm not really worried about someone thinking that I would. Yeah. Andre says, I really wish I had a camera the first time I went to B&H back in 1999 on my first trip to New York to work for an internet consulting company. Wow. I wish you had a camera, just I want to document the whole internet company in 1999. Having that footage now would be great fun. Yes. Wow. But see, maybe that is more reason to document and save stuff now, right? Because in 25 more years, maybe pretty fun. Andre also says, Dave Den, yes, Elementor has really stepped it up lately. While not perfect and a bit slow getting new features, but much faster adopting stuff after they embrace the whole container grid approach. I haven't used it. Sounds cool, though. Be Your Nerd says, how's hockey? We're in sort of a break, actually. Our pro hockey team starts their season next Friday. And the rec hockey team, Heather's going to take this season off. I'm continuing with our adult league team, and our season just ended last week when I was in B&H. I missed our last game because it was on the day of the Roadcaster release. And then we start again in like 2 or 3 weeks. So kind of in a break right now, but I'm still doing like some classes and some like open skates and things. But it's pretty cool. So this will be my 3rd season on a league already. Isn't that crazy? I think I've played at this point, I've done like lots of, public skates and stick and pucks, which are like open practice things, but like actual games at this point, I think I've done like 150 games, which is a lot. And it's just like YouTube, and it's really cool. Like one thing I like about hockey as someone who found it in adulthood and was not really a sports person prior is it's really rewarding to learn and progress at something new as an adult. And the same thing with YouTube. Like I started YouTube, I guess I was significantly younger then. I was 31, I think, when I started my YouTube channel. But it was like, wow, let me try this new thing, explore this new world, build these new skills, and 7.5 years later, that was like, okay, I feel like I got that pretty established. So then to jump in and let me try something else and explore these skills. And I feel so many times like I'm not doing well at all. But then I think back to what it was like just starting out. Same with YouTube. You can think back to what it was like making your first video if you've made 50 videos or 100 videos or whatever. And you really do come a long way in things if you just keep at it, which is very cool. Andre says he does have a videotape from 4 days in Vegas on a company retreat. Should probably get that converted. After we went to NAB this past spring, I did come home and look up like old NAB videos, and I found some that people uploaded from like 1989, which is crazy. It's them on like the Vegas Strip and going through the convention hall. And it obviously looks very different because it's the 80s and the technology at the National Association of Broadcasters convention was very different. But parts of it also look almost exactly the same. Like if you time travel those people to this year's NAB, they'd be like, oh, yeah, this makes sense. It's funny. Ben says, might need a goalie sub in a few weeks. I'll let you know. Yeah, just fly me out with all my gear and then set the bar very low. Persant says, if I have clips from my recent video that I've pushed to Insta, should I repost those as shorts, or do you think that's too much of the same on the same platform? Oh, I see what you're saying. I think you could argue either way. Personally, I have been doing all three. If I have a short form thing that exists that I like, I've been posting it as a reel, and then I've been posting it as a story, and then I've also been uploading them as shorts. I don't know, but it just sort of depends. When I upload shorts, I don't publish them to the subscribers feed because I have gotten a lot of negative feedback from that. From my specific audience, not fans of that. That's cool. Especially because the shorts algorithm is so weird. So I feel like it's fine. I honestly don't care how the shorts perform. I just want them to be there. And so that's what I do there. Be Your Own Nerd. If you could go back to being a teenager, I wish I had the like physical recoverability of a teenager, but still have your current level of hockey. Would you have tried to make a career out of it? Career, no. I just don't think I have that in me, but I would definitely love to like if there was a rink next to us, if we had access to a rink, I would love to have like tried more. I would honestly, if I go back to a teenager, I would love to try some kind of sport. Hockey is the only sport I've ever actually cared about, but I feel like, younger, I could have gotten into other ones as well. And definitely, yes, I would have. Kathy, Tom, what's your favorite resale site for equipment you're ready to part with? It depends on what it is. For computer-ish stuff, I've used mpb.com several times, and I really like them because they're super fast and they never mess you around, never mess around with the quotes they give you. As long as you're accurate in describing your stuff, you say like, I've got this MacBook, I've got this whatever. This is the condition it is in. They'll give you a quote, you send it in, and then they'll confirm the quote or adjust it if it needs to be adjusted, and then you just accept it, and they pay you like right away. And if you don't accept it, they send it back. So I've used them. Gear Focus is great for any camera audio kind of stuff. The only downside with Gear Focus really is that since the cool thing with the MPB is you're selling to them, to the website, and then they resell it. So they're not going to pay you as much, but it's like done. It's instant. Gear Focus is like eBay for, camera, video stuff. So that's nice because everyone who's there is there for that kind of thing. But you don't have as much traffic, so it can take longer to sell stuff. But since you're not selling to a reseller, you can typically get a higher price. So those are the ones I've used in the past. And Ben, I was thinking of this when I said it. He says, set the bar low is actually a perfect goalie fund. Yes. If the bar were lower, I would be a better goalie. And that makes sense in a lot of ways. Is the Rodecaster Duo just a stripped down version of the Pro? It's not even stripped down. It's just got 2 less inputs. That's the only 2 less inputs and no physical record button. Internally, it's exactly the same as the Pro. All the same processing, all the same effects and everything. The only difference is 2 XLR inputs instead of 4. And the Pro has a physical record button. The Duo, the record button is on the screen. I think it has 2 fewer smart pads as well. So it's got 6 smart pads and the Pro has 8. But that's it. Like otherwise, it's exactly the same, which is really cool because I think the Duo for most people, I wish I could show. I think it's really the way to go. Heather's gonna try to get a phone, I think, to do some NDI situation. I know. I just saw you with your phone. I'll show you this because it's so pretty too. I just want you to see it. Oh, we already have NDI going. Wow, she's really good. Okay. There's the Duo. And so you do have fewer physical faders as well. So the Pro has 2 more physical faders, 2 more smart buttons, and 2 more XLR inputs. So, and it has a physical record button up here. Isn't this so nice? So look how cool this is. And watch this. If I turn off the studio lights, look at that in the dark. Isn't that cool? I don't know. I think it's pretty gorgeous there. So put your phone back over here. The Duo is really great because if you want a step up from an interface, you don't just want to get a mic into the computer, but you do want some processing. You do want to maybe mix some audio sources. You want to combine audio sources. You want onboard recording. You want the effects and things. Most people don't need the full-on Rodecaster Pro. It's like 4 inputs and it's bigger. This is where I would just say most people should probably start with. I think it's the way to go. Kathy says, I want to offload my old iPhones and old Canon cameras. There you go. I'd be curious what the phones would bring in. Very curious. Because sometimes they can resell-wise, the value goes down, and then suddenly they become collector's items, and the value goes up. So I don't know where that is. Gil says, just saw Audio Hotline's video today and love how he says it's a Duo with HDMI. Yeah, when you're talking about the Rodecaster video, there's basically a Rodecaster Duo just built inside of it, which is pretty cool. Audio Hotline, who, I don't know if he's in the Huddle Up ever, but he's in the couples table. He's one of our good friends. He published a video today on the Rodecaster video, and it's absolutely excellent. A really great breakdown on everything it can do. So if you're kind of wondering, watch his video instead of my video for sure. When you and Heather go to Japan next year, what are you most excited to see or do? Well, I think it's for both of us. Oh, I guess it is for me. That's a great question. I'm just excited to see a different place, honestly. I really like looking up history of places and stuff. So you could kind of plot me down almost anywhere, especially then somewhere, living in the United States, if something is 100 years old, it's ancient. Going somewhere like Japan or Europe, you have the chance to be in places where like lots of history has happened. And so I don't really care where it is. You could find something super interesting and things will be very different. And like, I think that's, I don't even care where we go. It'll just be fun. It'll be pretty. We have been debating when to go. I know the cherry blossom season is like the pretty popular season, the pretty and popular season, which makes it pretty popular. But it's also like crowded and expensive. And I've heard, one of our friends told us that kind of this time of year, fall, has like the same weather, but because it's not cherry blossom season, it's like way less crowded and way more affordable. So it's like, I don't know. I did, the one time I've been to Washington, D.C. in my life was in April, and they have cherry blossoms everywhere. And it just happened to be like their cherry blossom season. And it was gorgeous. So I could imagine that in Japan, it's like pretty unreal, but I don't know. I'm excited too, whether it's the Pocket 3 or the Pocket 4, to have a little, there's no way we're going to go to Japan without having some form of the DJI Osmo camera. And I want to have that. George says, how did you connect so fast the iPhone to the stream? Heather's phone has an NDI camera app, NDI. What is it? November Delta. Wait, what is it? Oh my gosh. India. Yeah, it took me a while. It's been a while since I took flight training. NDI app, and then it just goes wirelessly to a source on eCam, which is very cool. So it's total lifesaver in situations like that. See, Be Your Nerd says, sorry, meant to include you too, Heather. What are you most excited to see her do? Oh, that's a fun one. Yeah, Heather really wants to see, which I do too, the places from like shows and anime, all the things we've seen so many times, like going there in person. Yeah, for sure. Alrighty. Well, we got 9 more minutes left on our stream. The reason I'm saying that is not to rush anybody, but if you got any more YouTube stuff you want to talk about, feel free to do that. But also I want to remind anybody to, if you have not yet posted your wins and goals in the chat, please do that, because Heather will still be updating them on the scoreboard, which is right here. And I don't have to do it hands-free for me, which is very nice. And if you're new, if you're lurking, you feel free to join in to the YouTube Huddle Up if you want to keep working on our YouTube channel, have some accountability each and every week. You can share a win and a goal with us, and you get a sticker every week to see if you're on track, which is very, very cool. There's no pressure, though. If you need to leave for a few weeks, you need to come back. Like, it's not a competition. It's not like a grind set sort of thing. What's my weekly goal? Okay, my win, I'm going to say, oh my gosh, I feel like there were a lot of wins in the last week, from the B&H trip to New York, all that kind of stuff. I would say the one that really does stand out, though, is the vlog video on my main channel as being a win, because it was so different. It was trying something very different on my main channel that ended up working well. Goal. What is my goal? Oh my God. I know I had some. Yeah, I want to update my rough cut to Final Cut course. Right? Well, yeah, selling courses is always a goal, because I do have. Hi, my name is tom.com/courses. There you go. Oh, there's a flash sale actually till tomorrow. If you're on my email list, you'd have gotten this. But if you go to himynameistom.com/courses and you want to learn podcasting or video editing, and any of the courses sound like a good fit, you can use promo code October for 10% off, since it's the 10th month of the year. And then you'll be nearer your goal to producing podcasting and video editing. But I have a lot of lessons I want to update my Final Cut course with, and making some of those would be really fun. So I think that's a goal. I didn't intend to turn that into a sales pitch. Yeah, and then what else am I excited for? I'm very excited for being able to do the couples table this week with the duo. That's going to be really fun. I'm also excited for Heather to have the duo for streaming games, because that was kind of the thing that pushed it over, was like, at some point I feel like we're going to need to mix in console or Discord audio or something, and this is going to make that really easy. It's also got the wireless thing. So one thing, our original plan, I need to redo my desk setup, like my cabling and all that kind of stuff. It's a mess, because so much has changed since I redid my office. And so I was going to start doing that during the stream today before I planned to be the one doing the stream today. And we talked about like if I just put like a camera up in the corner and I could just have like one of the Rode Wireless things, and then periodically Heather could just check in with me. Like, how's it going in there? And it's just all destroyed or whatever. I don't know, that'd be fun. Bamboo forest. Yes. What are 3 things you miss when you were a school teacher? Apologies for the non-YouTube question. No need to apologize. I really do miss like the student connection. The program I taught, the digital media program, was a career technical program. So it wasn't just like 1 semester or 1 year. It was 3 to 4 years. Students could join in their 9th grade year and stay all the way through seniors. They had to commit in their 10th grade year. So sometimes a student would not know about it in 9th grade, show up in 10th grade, and do for those 3. So they were in it for at least 3 years, if not 4. And the progress you can see someone make from, 9th grader straight out of middle school, whatever, 13 years old, to high school graduate, 18 years old, going out of the world, after they've spent 4 years working on something, like, they can get really good at things. And not only getting really good at it, but a lot of my best students were students who, like, they got, especially in 9th grade, they kind of got like pushed in the program, like, see if you like it or not. They didn't even know that this was a skill set or an interest or anything, digital media production, and they kind of discovered this whole separate side, especially students who weren't traditionally good at like regular academic core subjects, math, English, science, all that kind of stuff, which is very important. But some students, that's just not their strong suit, and they had spent so many years feeling like bad students or like they were dumb or something, and then they would get into this thing that just worked their brains a little differently, and they could be like literally the leader of the program, and that would usually then help boost their other grades as well. And that was really cool because you would see students, you'd see bad kids suddenly become good kids because they realized like, oh, they were just in the wrong spot. It wasn't that there was anything wrong with them. So I miss that. I miss kind of along those lines, maybe it was just the subject, maybe it's just my personality or whatever, but both my digital media programs that I taught in kind of became like the island of misfit toys, sort of like a haven for students who felt a little bit outcast, a little bit like they didn't belong. And I really loved being able to create a place for those people to feel like they belong. Well, not to feel, to actually belong. And then to also like really grow from there. I really miss that a lot. Things I don't miss, basically everything about being like a teacher, the job. Being a teacher, the teaching part, I loved all that. Being a teacher, as in my job as a teacher, basically all of it sucks. It's just staff meetings and emails and conferences that could have been a meeting. And like, I don't miss any of that. I don't miss the guilt tripping of like, I'm chaperoning trips, I'm planning events, I'm teaching my classes, I'm putting extra stuff. Our students had, at my school, our students had 7 classes. I taught like 5 different subjects. That's a lot to prep for. Basically, every period is different. It's not like you can just repeat the same thing. You're not teaching English 1 5 times a day or whatever, which would be boring. I wouldn't want to have done that. But you're doing all that, and then it's still like, oh, we really need volunteers to like chaperone the prom. And I'm like, hell no, that's not a thing I want to be doing. And it's like, oh, I guess you just really don't care about the kids, huh? Like, I don't miss that weird guilt trip at all. I don't miss feeling like you really feel like a fish going upstream to try to get to the point where you can just teach your subject. And that's where like the educational system has a lot of issues. At least public education is like the part where it's just a teacher teaching and students learning. Like, it's almost like an afterthought to everything else that happens, when it probably should be the more important thing that it's focused on. So I don't miss that. All right. Thanks, Tom, for spending time with us this week. And this was really fun. The hour totally flew by. So any reminders I need to give before we wrap up the Huddle wrap up? Cool. Well, thanks everybody for being here. If you didn't get to catch this live, but you are watching the replay, hopefully, I should have mentioned this earlier, but feel free to leave your win and goal in the comments, and Heather will update them on the scoreboard. Heather should be back, I'll say bright-eyed and bushy-tailed next week, and talk about all kinds of fun stuff. I don't even want to say what, because so much happens in a week. We could have cool, new, fun ideas. And I know everyone here has also already helped Heather to feel significantly better than she did an hour ago. So Thanks so much for watching. Hope you all have a safe, happy, healthy, fun rest of your week. Good luck on your goals. Good luck getting more wins. And we'll see you next time. I can push this button on the Stream Deck. Bye.
Here is me and my robot voice again, though. Hello. Goodbye, everybody. Heather asked me to make sure I was muted, and I was muted. Bye-bye.